Okay, welcome back to another Road to 2100. Here I'm playing someone 1379. Okay, let's see how I get on. So I played e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6. Okay, the Russian defense, or Petrov. So I played d3. I don't really study main lines, and if anything, I tend to play this variation here, comes back here, takes here, then knight c3. I'm not sure whether there's a name to this anyway. Okay, so I decided to play d3, keep things closed. Bishop c5. Okay, so he might be threatening knight g4. Okay, so I prevent that with h3, d6. Okay, also preventing bishop going to g4. Knight bd2, c6. Okay, I decided to fianchetto. Okay, set up some kind of King's Indian attack. Okay, c3. I think it's logical. I could have castled here, and after black plays queen d7, just king h2. Nothing wrong with that, I don't think. c3 anyway. Okay, knight bd7, castles long. Sorry, castles kingside. Bishop b6. Okay, expanding on the queen side with a4. Castles b4. Okay. d5. Okay, so this is very good from black. I really like this. Okay, d5. Pretty much needs to come up with a plan, and d5 just striking in the center. Are there other alternatives? There's a5. Okay, so a5, it sort of invites this variation. I wouldn't have played that for white. Okay, but that's an idea for black, attacking the queen side. Probably in this position, I would have just left the pawn there, kept the tension, and maybe play bishop b2 or even a3, looking at the pawn on d6. Okay, so with all these ideas, you can understand why black played d5. It sort of liberates his position, and it tries to engage in some kind of attack. Okay, queen e2, just getting out of the line of the d file, so maybe rook d1, lining up against the queen. Okay, decided to dissolve the tension, yet much better would have been to play something like queen e7. Okay, queen e7. Can he play d4? He could play that. I don't think it's advisable aiming for d4, but he could have kept the tension there. Didn't need to play it. Bishop c7, just sort of guarding the e5 pawn. Yeah, other alternatives, just carry on with the rook, moving the rook, pawn to a5, pawn to a6, etc. Okay, so d takes, pawn takes now. Now here, I didn't want to play knight takes. I just kind of feel, oh, exchanging lots of pieces. Black has some kind of freedom for his pieces, a bit more space. So I just wanted to keep more pieces on the board, which is why I played d takes e4. Okay, so that means these two superfluous knights, they kind of get in each other's way. Rook e8. Okay, I like that move. This knight possibly going to f8, e6 or g6 even. I think that's a good idea. Okay, rook facing the queen. Knight goes back here. Okay, so as a beginner, if you see this kind of threat here at rook d1 facing the queen, okay, a lot of beginners, and it's quite normal, you just have to be on your guard. Okay, they just tend to overlook this and play some other move. A lot of stronger players, they tend to avoid any kind of tactical issues by simply playing something like Queen E7. But there's a downside to this. Bishop could go here. I don't know how threatening that is, so it's probably just easier just to move the queen out of the way, maybe to c8, and then use this queen and bishop battery to hammer at h3. Okay, but he has a plan. Not sure whether it's a good one. Okay, maybe to swap pieces. So I play here. Okay, I prefer that to knight c4, even though I feel that this is quite a good bishop on e6. I just kind of feel that if I wanted that d6 square, that option is unavailable now. Okay, something like this. Knight h7, knight f1, just keeping the tension. Maybe bishop. I think this bishop here on b6 is quite good, so maybe swap it off with bishop e3. Okay. Okay, getting the king out of the way. Just a little bit worried about things like queen g6, queen takes g3 or something like that. And there's this pin here on the king. So I decided just to avoid all of that. Okay, so rook down the open file. Okay. I think this is quite a good bishop, and I don't think this bishop can do anything on b2. Nor a3, and g5 is restricted. So I decided to hopefully get rid of this really good bishop. He obliges, takes. Okay, is it avoidable? Gosh, yes, it is actually. Yes, the b6. Oh, or is it not? I'm not too sure. Yeah, it's risky. Gosh, are all these trades really worth it? Bishop c4. It could be. Could lead to some activities. Knight e3 even. Could be, but I doubt it. Okay, so taking, yeah, that seems fair. Looking at it now, knight takes. Okay, so is black a little bit cramped? A little bit. All his pieces are on the king side. Yeah, that's true. That's where he is strongest. But I decided to keep the tension. Knight h4, using one of these knights to get to f5, and then maybe to d6, kind of disrupt black a little bit. Okay, knight b6. Okay, now, well, this is quite an interesting juncture. Okay, g6 preventing all these ideas, and now the knight on h4 looks a little bit silly. Okay, but I don't think it's too bad for why I would have just moved the rook back to f1. Seems strange to undevelop it, but my idea would have been something like maybe getting the king to h1. Oh no, the pawn here is a bit weak. Maybe threatening this f4. Okay, so let's play a nothing move. F4. Knight could retreat. But after f5, is it worth it? Yeah, I don't think it is. So after taking, what happens after this? Gosh, I think white has the initiative here. White, yeah, I think white's a little bit better and easier to play. Okay, so here, so pushing the knight away, okay, making it look a bit silly. It's trying to get to c4, but I've got enough pieces here defending. So takes. Okay, so he manages to get this square here, attacking this pawn. Okay, I think it's fairly safe. Okay, attacking the knight. b5. Okay, b5, defending the knight. Okay, yes, I could have gone en passant. here. Okay, and the reason why I didn't, okay, so yeah, it's not too bad. It was doable. It was possible. The reason why I didn't was because I wanted to leave it hanging, just hanging there. Its only purpose at the moment, because it can't go anywhere, is just to attack this pawn on c3, and there's no other piece that can gang up on this pawn on c3. So I just thought it looks like a silly piece. Knight on the rim is dim. So I just left it there, really. I didn't take en passant, just in case, because if I did, then his knight would have gone to other pastures. Okay, so I decided to just leave it there. Knight, hf5, okay, takes, okay, beautiful knight on f5, looking to go to d6 even, okay. D8, challenging. Okay. C4. Okay, C4. Dismantling his pawns, disrupting them. Then the knight has to move. No, it doesn't have to move. No. Okay, so after pawn takes, this pawn will be a little bit weak. I think I've got some good play here. I've just got to be a bit wary about that weak pawn on f2. Okay, so instead he moves the knight. Okay, now I can attack the base of that pawn there, queen d3. Okay, then he doesn't realize that knight c3 was a bit of a blunder. So takes. Can I take it now? Yeah, why not? So knight decides to get back into the game. c4. Okay, I like the idea of just using the square on c8 to check the king, just in case. I wouldn't have had that option on d3. Okay, attacking the pawn on f2. Do I attack the knight again? Oh, okay. Maybe that was a blunder on my part. Okay, so I gave up a pawn for nothing. Okay, so yeah, with fresh eyes, I'm looking at it like I should have played queen e2, attacking the knight. Knight would have moved back to c3. Let's get this. Queen e2, knight c3, definitely. And then, oh, I quite like this idea. Defending the pawn here, queen going to c8, check. And also, if the queen goes here to defend this knight here, beautiful knight fork. Okay, I didn't see all that in the rapid play. Anyway, so I lost the pawn. Okay, yeah, queen e3. Maybe looking at this pawn here. Yeah, just that's why I'm such a terrible player. Okay, takes everything. Okay, bit odd. Wasn't necessary. Takes g6. Okay, so the bishop is defended. Knight takes h6 and then to g4. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. So this is a little weak. Okay, and this square as well. What do I do? Can't go there because my bishop's hanging. Gosh. In a sticky situation here. Okay. Okay, attacking the knight. Yeah, pawn takes pawn. Yeah, knight takes. Queen takes. The queen here, just sort of disrupting everything. This pawn is a bit weak. Can't play f5 because queen takes. That has to happen. Okay. Yeah, I think this is a good idea. Queen go. Yeah, I would have had to play that, then to g2, and then knight f2 sort of defends everything. Okay. Okay, queen e7. Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, okay, so he got a bit scared, as you do. Instead of going for this, okay, that was always possible. He thought more about this knight, okay, so yeah, I think this is a nice square to go to, and this pawn is still looking a bit weak. Okay, and then I might have gone with queen c3 actually. Anyway, okay. Queen e7, b5. Okay, now everything's fine now. And then I'm pushing for b6. So f5, did I blunder that? Probably. Or did I have an idea? Actually, it looks like I could just play b6. b6, pawn takes bishop, then pawn takes pawn, okay. And then this knight's unprise if the queen moves out of the way. Okay, pawn takes right, okay. Here, okay. Should I'm still, if he took the knight, well, it looks a bit dicey to be honest. Okay, now took my knight. Here we go, forcing the exchange of queens. The pawn will run home. It's been in plenty chess.com puzzles. Yeah, so I kind of recognize this motif. Yeah, it should still work, right? Yeah. Where's the square? It's here. And the king's outside of it, and I don't think the knight can get involved quick enough. Okay, I'm really not. Nope, definitely not. Okay, so I don't know what happened, sorry. Did I have a good idea, queen? Queen takes here. Oh, okay. Gosh, I'm still not forcing any queen exchanges. Okay, that's quite deadly. Queen g7. Okay, pawn takes. Okay, they didn't quite see that. Okay, right. There we go. Okay, so we all make blunders. Hopefully I'll try and work on that. Anyway, okay, please like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next one.